Alright, so Lionel Messi might actually break football once again. Yeah, this is a real thing that could happen via an Instagram post that he posted on his Instagram a couple of days ago. Messi rocked up to the Camp Nou on November 9th and surprised all Barcelona fans, visiting the partially opened Camp Nou and posting photos of himself at Barcelona, at the stadium, with a heartfelt message for his fans around the world. And with a hint to him returning to Barcelona hidden within the caption of this post, that got me thinking about all the different possibilities of what would happen if Messi returned to Barcelona. Because it doesn't matter if you're a Ronaldo fan, a Messi fan, a Neymar fan, a Bentner fan. This would break the internet. That's how much a move like this would impact the world. Just as, similar to when Ronaldo moved back to Manchester United. But this would hold even more weight because Messi, was forced out at Barcelona, had to move to PSG, and then after a stint at PSG that was up and down, moved to Miami, a place that he's been calling home for not too long of a period of time. But what if the Argentinian Smurf magician actually returned to Barcelona? Imagine him linking up with the likes of Lamine Yamal. And of course an informed Rafinha, Lewandowski who bags goals at age 395. You've also got Pedri, who Messi already played with during his time at Barcelona, who's even better than he was back then. This would be like the Don of all Dons walking into a side and saying, you know what, let me dictate the tempo of the game and you guys are going to play out my scenario. The guy at the front of the orchestra, orchestrating all the instruments. Messi would be that guy. Because even at the age of 39, this is still Messi. This is one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time. And my thoughts aren't original. This post that Messi put on his Instagram broke the entire internet, becoming the most liked sports post of the entire year so far within a matter of days. Meaning that yes, everyone in the world wants to see Messi back at Barcelona. And that's going against what Laporta at Barcelona really wants. He came out with quotes directly after this discrediting, kind of a return that Messi could be having, saying that it would be unrealistic to think that Messi could walk back into Barcelona. And apparently this visit was not even scheduled. Like Messi just rocked up to the Camp Nou and said, you know what, I'm that guy. I can walk into this place like it's my home, because it is. I created, I laid the foundations and, laid the foundations for new generations that would ball out at this stadium. I can do what I want. His ability on the ball. And despite 21 great years at the club, getting over like 33 trophies in all competitions, his departure felt premature to football fans. It was like he was forced out of the door in this grandiose move to PSG to form, a super team with Neymar and Mbappe. And it would never truly work, despite Messi's numbers during the time actually being decent. Like, let's not put out rumours that Messi was bad at PSG. Messi was decent. It was just that PSG were bad and underwhelming in European competitions alone. The likes of Neymar and Mbappe couldn't handle Messi in a side that he needed to kind of control, because both of them have egotistical issues that want to lead the side for themselves and claim it for their own. And eventually the likes of Neymar and Messi would both leave before Mbappe would eventually leave himself, and then, PSG would then thrive after they all had left. But I'm just imagining a 39-year-old Messi coming back to Barcelona, let's say next season or even in January, and just changing the entire script. Not because he would have such an impact on the pitch, but just because of what he would do on and off the pitch for Barcelona, giving them hope when it seems to have been lost in recent weeks, especially after a loss in El Clasico. Bro, Barcelona had an amazing season last year, and now everyone's just writing them off, despite them still being in a La Liga title chase and also, doing decently in European competitions too. It's not really that much of a crisis than it was Real Madrid last season. And adding a sprinkle of a 39-year-old legend and GOAT of the game would just be like the cherry on top of the cake. It would be immense. Because Messi, even at 39 years old, could offer any club in the world anything. Like, genuinely. When it comes to these GOAT status players like Ronaldo and Messi, it doesn't matter what level of club you are, you add them into your team and they're going to benefit somehow. Despite, all the high wages that they would come with, they are that good because they are that good. Like, it's as easy as it sounds. But let me not start being some conspiracy theorist, because he has a contract at Inter Miami that runs out in like 2028. There is no possible way that this contract could be terminated in a time like this. Messi, unless he really forces his way out, and also Barcelona have to have the finances to even uphold a move back to the club. It just wouldn't be foreseeable or feasible in a sense. The finances and all this sort of stuff. Barcelona are on, a bounce back period. They are trying their best to bring in new players that are not, actually spending money. They're trying to bring up people from the academy. When was the last time Barcelona bought someone that was of a high fee? It wasn't recent. All of their recent transfers have been for free. They are trying to build back the club, and bringing back Messi would just bring back all of the financial failures from 2021 up until now. This post of Messi just returning to the Camp Nou broke the internet and broke the souls of a lot of people, reminding them that Messi will never return to Barcelona. And you can dream all you want, but it will never happen. We saw greatness and we will never see it again because number one, he's aging, but number two, Barcelona aren't in the place to be bringing in one of the greats who's demanding about 500k per week. But no, if they have the pull right now, or the pull, I don't know why I can't speak English properly, but I don't know if they have the pull right now to bring in the likes of a Haaland or, the best strikers in the world. Would Haaland leave his place at Manchester City to go and make a move to Barcelona to combat the likes of Mbappe and Vinny at Real Madrid? I don't think so. I don't think they have that pull, mainly because of the squad that they have and also the higher ups. But if Messi's one of the higher ups, then everyone in the world is going to want to go to your club. But that's just me. I don't know Haaland personally. I can't really ask him that. Would you go to Barcelona right now? Messi could easily walk in and become an advisor or ambassador for Barcelona in any sense. And I think this is something that has to be written in his future. Like, there has to be a future with Messi forging some kind of relationship or mending the relationship between him and Barcelona, because it's his club. It's more his club than it is Laporta's. And a foreshadowing of Messi rebuilding his relationship with Barcelona would see fruits to the labour. Barcelona would see profit. Let's be honest. If Messi's involved in the club and just even at games, more people are going to games. More people want to be involved at Barcelona. There's going to be more advertising opportunities and things like that. So, of course, one post has made me ramble on for around 8 to 10 minutes about this. And, when you see a post like this, you just start thinking. It makes you actually feel existential in a way, because I grew up with Messi and Ronaldo being the GOATs of football and seeing them so old, coming out of, their careers now at 39, 40, 41. You just want to see a return in any form. Like, seeing them on a TV screen is a blessing at this point, because we grew up with them so frequently on our screens that now, unless I'm tuning into MLS on a week-to-week basis or the Saudi Pro League, I'm not really seeing my GOATs very often. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. And of course, shout out Braquinho. He's got a new jumper in the back. And see you in the next one. Peace.